Bible Word of the Day. Bible Places. Chaldea. Chaldea, Chaldees, Babylon. Let's discuss about Chaldea. The geographical location for Chaldea was originally the southern portion of Babylon. However, over time it became synonymous with the entire country of Babylon, which is modern-day Iraq. However, at its height it covered much of the Middle East, including Iraq, Israel, Jordan, Syria, half of Turkey and Iran, as well as Egypt and parts of Saudi Arabia. The Chaldeans were a group of people who lived along the Tigris and Euphrates rivers and thrived from the agricultural fertility of the region. They also developed many of the sciences and arts, including astronomy and astrology. Both were considered inseparable in the ancient world, in addition to mathematics and shipbuilding. They also contributed much to mythology, mysticism, and pagan worship of false deities. Moreover, God used Babylon to judge Israel during the time of Daniel. However, in the last days, biblical end-times prophecy tells us Babylon will be the seat of Satan and will be the location from which the Antichrist rules the world before the return of Christ. In addition, we should note that Abraham, the father of God's chosen people Israel, was originally from Ur of the Chaldeans. The Babylonians, Chaldeans, under their most famous king Nebuchadnezzar, were used by God to punish the nation of Israel. Because of Israel's rebellion against God and the fact they ignored the prophets whom God had sent, the Lord allowed King Nebuchadnezzar to take the southern kingdom of Judah into captivity for 70 years. And during that 70-year period the Medo-Persian Empire conquered Babylon. All in all, the Chaldeans ruled the Neo-Babylonian Empire from 626 to 539 BC. We should also note that the prophet Daniel, captive from Judah, served as chief of the wise men for King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon and for the multiple Persian kings. It was Daniel's wisdom, trust in God, and love of the scriptures which influenced the training of the wise men who would later visit Jesus. And Terah took his son Abram and his grandson Lot, the son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarai, his son Abram's wife, and they went out with them from Ur of the Chaldeans to go to the land of Canaan, and they came to Haran and dwelt there. So, the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. Book of Genesis 11 verses 30 to 31. In his days Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon came up, and Jehoiakim became his vassal for 3 years. Then he turned and rebelled against him. And the Lord sent against him raiding bands of Chaldeans. Book of 2 Kings 24 verses 1 to 2. And in the 5th month, on the 7th day of the month, which was the 19th year of King Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon, Nebuzaradan the captain of the guard, a servant of the king of Babylon, came to Jerusalem. He burned the house of the Lord and the king's house, all the houses of Jerusalem, that is, all the houses of the great, he burned with fire. And all the army of the Chaldeans who were with the captain of the guard broke down the walls of Jerusalem all around. Book of 2 Kings 25 verses 8 to 10.